Hello, hello. I just want to extend my respect and gratitude for this opportunity, and in the presence of all of you, I feel I'm a better person. I'm going to share a couple pieces with you. Some of you probably have heard it, but whatever. So here it goes. Here it goes. Distractions. Distractions indeed. But distractions aren't always easy to see in a capitalist society where we focus individually. A corporation's greed manifests destiny. They got us so hypnotized, we internalize a negative self-fulfilled prophecy. You see, these marketing strategies are no coincidence. The advertisers depend on our feelings of inadequacy in order to make profits off our insecurities. And it doesn't stop there. In our society, delusion is everywhere. From this malnourished processed food we eat to the fast food industry making billions off American obesity. But don't fret for your figure, because they got pills to sell. No logic of exercise or eating well. Just swallow this drug and soon you'll see. And if that doesn't work, they'll sell you liposuction or plastic surgery. And now it's already banned in Canada and the European Union. RBGH growth hormone used on unsustainable farms throughout this entire nation. Our government is fully aware of the health hazards and risks, but I guess a corporation's profits is where their priority sits. And so they turn a blind eye and they completely dismiss the fact that the population's health could cease to exist. Meanwhile, they unnecessarily bombard us with overdiagnosis to keep us addicted to their drugs. But they heal not a soul, because a sick person alive equals profits. So they want us to die slow. But perception is everything, and we feel safe in our gated community homes. And so safe in our homes, we flip through channels of mental pollution, becoming more and more disconnected from the reality of our current situation. Instead of accurate information on war and invasion, our tabloid news media finds it priority to put celebrity lifestyle on every station. I guess investigative journalism turned consumer sensation. And your reality TV? Ugh. It's no reality to me, just another one of your distractions, because an imprisoned mind can never be free. For example, one of the worst labor violators, environmental degradators, and sexual discriminators, Walmart's 1.2 million employees average below the poverty line annual salary, and its low-cost products brought to us via the exploitation of mainly Chinese workers, and our media shows not a trace. Seems ironic that its logo is a yellow smiley face. And there's nothing happy about a situation when our media is controlled by about 5 major corporations. General Electric not only makes microwaves, but endorses nuclear weapons. So how unbiased of a story can they truly report, coincidentally leaving out the facts and information that's important the most? And the key behind that distraction is that we deteriorate our own minds. Self-inflicted deprivation of knowledge is intellectual suicide. And it's easy because we're indoctrinated into a system of domination. Those who maintain power sit back and enjoy the ride, while those of us who should be uniting slowly divide. We're stratified, and we believe that some are superior to others. Like over 50% of those living in poverty are households of single mothers. Not to mention overwhelmingly the poor are people of color. But patriotism prevails, as does the American dream. The old blood, sweat, tears, and pulling yourself up from your bootstrings. But what we fail to remember is that privilege is a social class, is a last name, is a color. Because overlooking that fact makes it easier to ignore those that struggle. So you can keep your mega million super lotto fantasies and your envious thoughts of celebrities, because as the global climate changes and more species become extinct, and the feminization of poverty and the CSU slowly becomes privatized, and healthcare is for the rich, and we exploit workers around the world, and we deplete the earth of its resources, and corporations infiltrate our government, and it's a prank to hang a noose from a tree, and our media is no longer free, your billion-dollar industry's attempt to keep me numb will not distract me. All right, so number 2. Oh, but it's so much more than just a pull at my wrist. Oh, but it's so much more than just an insult to the size of my chest. Oh, but it's so much more than just the occasional bitch now and again. It's the ever-pervasive oppression that's embedded in our heads. Born into pink shackles, it's imprinted in our brains. But their image of beauty will never be obtained with their anorexic magazines, selling images of fabricated beauty queens. And so we deny food to our bodies and deny happiness to our souls. And with the flush of the toilet, there it goes, there it goes. And I just can't understand my vagina's inferiority, because according to the census, women are the majority. And how can I exist with the overabundance of hypocrites? I'm the Virgin Mary to his mother, but if he can't have, then I'm a bitch. Well, maybe it's because we're socialized in a system whose main objective is individual wealth, all the while ignoring the warning signs and the people's cry for help. And I'm not just ranting and raving about injustice and inequality, although injustice and inequality should be ranted and raved about. I'm merely speaking on everyday inconsistencies, like 76 cents to a man's dollar is what they offer me for the same type of job with the same type of skill, overworked every day with the same quota to fill. I mean, what is the deal? We just sit and wait. I say it's time to make change. My people, it is never too late. And there's hate crimes every day committed against women, and society overlooks it, like the homeless outside downtown's buildings. Plus, there's over 400 dead, and the death toll is still rising. In Juarez, Mexico, few women are surviving. Kidnapped and murdered on a regular basis. Victims are just victims with indistinguishable faces. And that's just a small example of a large-scale attack on a woman's self-esteem, because a fact is a fact. If you breathe in negativity, you're going to exhale it back. But there's no need to search abroad for violence or truth. Women are beat every day. It's called domestic abuse. And you see, that story, it begins at the roots. A woman's shattered strength bears a poisonous fruit. And so continues a cycle of embedded oppression. You want so much more for your daughter, but you can't teach her the lesson because you fall victim to the lies and the sexist disguise that a woman's greatest value is in between her thighs. And the media perpetuates the image of women over-sexualized. Meanwhile, 10-year-old girls at the mall buying thongs. When will we attempt to try and right those wrongs? Then everyone acts so shocked to see a 6-year-old girl raped is headlining TV. But the correlation is there. We just choose not to see. And females aren't safe in a world of misogyny. And plus, they feed us false images, so we are what we eat. But are these truly the creatures we were intended to be? With implanted breasts and plastic surgery cheeks? Is this truly women's victory? Or is it defeat? I mean, what is the value, the worth of a woman? I guess it's the level at which she can attract a husband. And so we bleed and we cut and we try to suck out the bad, because in today's crazy world, skinny, pretty girls have the upper hand. But whose standards are these we try so hard to live by? It seems to me like a waste of time, a waste of potential and a waste of mind, a waste of self-worth and a waste of the youth. If you recognize the signs, it's your responsibility and your obligation to expose the truth. There's just so little understanding and so far to go. So transform yourself by renewing your soul. So do you see why it's so much more than just a pull at my wrist? Do you really see why it's so much more than just an insult to the size of my chest? Do you really see why it's so much more than just the occasional bitch now and again? It's the reason why a woman's struggle has yet to end.